Alright, fantastic. Let's not get too carried away here, alright? That tweet only got 4 likes, so I owe everybody 4 whole pull-ups. I might even just do I might say 3 pull-ups for every like. If those tweets are only gonna get 4 likes, that's what we're gonna do. So I owe everyone 4 pull-ups. And I have yet to do them, so no, fantastic, I was not screaming your name last night. That is yet to come. Hello, everybody. One of these days I will be accustomed to waking up in time to set up a stream and be fully cognizant at 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. But regardless. Oh, VJJ, don't you get started too, alright? I said I would say his name. I would say his name. Not scream it. There will be no screaming. Oh, man. I think something's going on with my headphones here. You guys hearing? So, how's the music there? Does it sound all right? Yes. Well, I mean, I'll just do pull-ups off something. But yes, I'm not going to be talking about diapers or underwear or garments or anything. I'm talking about the pull-ups, where you pull your torso up by your arms and back. But I'm glad I could make that clarification for you. So, those mossy rocks will get you, Commander. They'll get you. So, guys, Incarnate just released a whole new set of toys. What's up, Mega? Incarnate just released a whole new set of toys. And I am thinking about just doing a battle map with those, and then, you know, seeing how far we get. And if we complete one, maybe go back to Mossy Rock afterwards. Morning drinking at Epcot? Dude, you're having a great day. I can already tell. You don't even need to tell me what you're doing. Epcot. Yep, I'm jealous. So, they just released a classic battle maps asset pack. And this is the kind of shit that you can do with it. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm not sure I'll be able to get that detailed with it because these are really good. These are very, very good. I'm not sure how they get these lines so straight. To be honest with you. Like this, like these walls here are impeccable. Look at these. Just the detail right here. I realize that my mouse is the same color as the battle map, but anywho. So I figured, yeah, why don't we give one of these a shot and see what we can do with this. In all honesty, I've actually played around with this a little bit already. Not too terribly much, just to get kind of an idea of what's going on here. Damn right, Mega, damn right. Damn, fantastic. You are dedicated. Alright, so let's see. I was just getting a little bit of crackling in my headphones. I hope that means my sound card isn't going out. Alright, so how do we want to start this? Let's see. I do need to figure out how to effectively use this line tool, because these line tools are very good. I just don't know how to use them yet. So, let's see, cliff walls, brick walls, brick walls. Well, I'd rather buy a new set of headphones than a new sound card. That said, I don't want to buy a new set of headphones. But we do what we gotta do around here. Alright, so, how do we want to go about this? What do we think? Any suggestions? What kind of battle map should I be making today? Just a straight up tavern? Something in the woods? Try to make a dungeon, maybe? I can try to make a dungeon. I don't know if it'll be any good. Well, fantastic. They got a good man in you for doing all that short making. Yeah, it wasn't like constant. It wasn't a constant crackling. It was just a little bit. But it was just enough to be really annoying. What kind of assets do we have? Well, let's take a look. So these are our, I don't know if you can see these. These are kind of our borders or our outlines that we can use. We even have tracks that we can use, as in like minecart tracks or railroad tracks. Yeah, see, there it is again. Yeah, doesn't have anything to do with, it's not, the chord's not affecting it. And as long as you guys aren't hearing it, I'm cool. So, I will just take those off because I'm not going to sit there and listen to the crackling. But as far as other assets, let's see what we've got here. So these are our stamps. We've got Arcane, which includes dragons and dragon skeletons, craters, summoning circles, a levitating demonic head. Interesting. Golems, giant stone face. Let's see. We've got just regular camp assets, castle assets. composites for like houses or buildings. Which these would be nice too. Like if we were to do like a town or something, these would be nice to have for sure. Docks. So if we were to do something on the waterfront, dungeons, and I don't know to what extent a lot of these are. So there could be, it looks like there's quite a few assets actually, because every single one of these has multiple options to choose from. Farms. Got horses and chickens and cows and sheep. Graveyards, markets, nature. Test walls. So what's that you say, Commander? You think a cave that leads to an old civilization's ruins that are being used to summon a floating demon head. That's very specific. Very specific indeed. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of experimentation. Let's see what do we get up when we pull that out. Okay, so all that does is take out the. What happens if we put the grid back down? Okay, so it pulls that grid back up. I do like the idea that those lines are still there, though, so I might want to try to keep those. Okay. So how do we even want to get started on this? Let us look at... Let's see. You're adding a private asset to your map. If someone else wants to clone your map but can't access this asset, they must agree to have the inaccessible asset removed. You can remove all private assets through the menu action. Do not show that again. Thank you. Alright. Let's see. Grassy Hill. Grass Hill Cap. They have anything? Okay. Sorry, Chad. I'm in my pre-planning phase here. Trying to pre-visualize my, what it's going to look like. So, I think what maybe we could do is put something this down. How big is this? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's not bad. Those are good dimensions. Set that back here, and then oh, that is awesome, Vijay. That's awesome. Up this way, and actually, yeah, why don't we go back? Why don't we do this? We're gonna do this. Boop. And we're gonna do boop. And we're gonna do boop. And we're gonna do boop. And we're gonna try to, I think, fill all of these in. We're just going to use all of them. It's just going to be a nice little neighborhood. Because I just want to see how this goes. This is more just morbid curiosity on my part. Okay, so fancy tiles, waves, water. Yeah, anything. Stains. That's awesome that they added that detail. Bones, cracked ground, dirt, grass, rocks. Rocky tiles, water, waves, fancy tiles, shading, dense shading. I need something. It's a crop field. What's up, Paul? Let me find something for the floors of these bad boys. But I could just use tiles. It's not quite doing what I want it to do. Some of these might have to be increased in size. And that might be a little too busy. Okay, this is how we figure out what we want to do, chat. Oh, Paul. Sorry to hear that, man. 100-pound draw weight? How old are these kids? Okay, we're gonna boom, start over because I can't decide what I want to do. So, I think where do I want to make this thing? About there and about there. Be good. Smells like a wet dog in here. Yeah, I'm looking at you. Let's see. If we're gonna do that, we need to straighten this out. Let us see what else we can do. Nice little fireplace there. Actually, I like that other one. Let's put that other one down. Fancy tables, yeah. So what are my plans for the weekend? I don't really know if I have any, to be honest with you. I'll be going out and doing something tonight, and then, let's see. I'll be going out to dinner tonight, and other than that, I'll be cleaning and editing, and let's see, we've got Fear of Ages Past recording sesh tomorrow, which will be very interesting. Players might be in a bit of a pickle in that one, which I'm very excited about. Let us see. What kind of space are we working with here? So we want to do probably... This is a bit of a smaller house, so I'm thinking probably this is going to be the common area, the dining room or something. Or we need a bigger table for that. Yeah, let's do a bigger table. I don't know, would these people be rich enough for an armchair? I mean... This area in here, what is that? That's gonna be just like a coat closet or something, right? I think so. Of course, the layout of the house is not very conducive to a house that is easily warmed unless you've got multiple fireplaces. It's so small, such a tiny little detail. Let's see, what else we got? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is deep lore. Here, I need to turn my heat up. Hold on just a second. Damn cold in here. All right. Let us see. Couple of bookshelves in there, and really, in all honesty, this should probably be in here. I'm thinking about like switching the bedroom and the what would be kind of like a sitting area slash study around, but I don't know. Like I like the idea of the study being the main focus of the house, as opposed to the bedroom being in the centerpiece of the house and the study being kind of off to the side. But I mean, wouldn't it make sense to have like, you know what I could do? Here's what I could do. I want to switch this out for a little bit grander of a hearth. That's what I'm going to do. And let's see. Let's switch that out for this. So that way that room will be very nice and very warm. And then this smaller one here is going to go up against this wall over here. Around a little bit. Oh, here, I guess I could do this. Boom. Bookshelves are going to go up against these walls here. And we're going to have our writing desk right here. said for just like open books or something, maybe. Maybe I'm asking for a little bit too much. There. And just a bucket. Yeah, because everybody wants a nice warm rug. They don't want to set their feet on cold hard stone or hard wood when they wake up in the morning. Am I right, fellas? Alright, I'm thinking we do the same damn thing in here. This one. Can this one be any bigger? Yeah, sure. Sure. Why not? Okay, that's a nice little cozy place. Let's see, what else? What else? Chest put in here. And a basket full of goods. Perhaps this will be a storage closet of sorts. Or I don't know. I can't make decisions here. When do you guys think that countertops were invented? It's like, we're not just gonna have a bunch of tables sitting around. We need, like, something affixed to the wall. Think about how convenient that was. The first house that had countertops, people probably went freaking nuts. Oh, you're right. Fantastic. You know what, Fantastic? I need someone like you in my corner who's like, I love making shorts of other people's stuff. Because I tried that Opus thing and it just does not. And I think they changed it to where that beta that they had on Opus that would kind of dissect your videos for free. They changed it to where you can't actually do that for free anymore. They charge you for it. Which sucks. So that means I'm going to have to go in and do more editing than I already do. Which at this point, I think I'm about 8 hours in on the episode that I'm doing now. I should have done more editing yesterday, but I was not focused enough. That is not what I meant to do. Did I see a map asset? I did. There's a world map. Yeah, the AI shorts, they don't flow well. I can understand the appeal because it takes out, you know, all kinds of short little snippets, but a lot of times they don't make sense. And you got to do a lot of editing on them anyway to get them to make sense. Oh. Well, frankly, the commander in my editor is not putting in the minimum amount of work, but it just takes so damn long to edit that length of video that you can't really put a ton of stuff into it, you know? And the format's simple enough. It doesn't require a ton of video editing. It's mostly like audio editing and stuff like that. Let's move outside for a minute. Is there might do that's what I might do. A smaller building. Let's try out our line tool here. And we will do just a simple square. And it'll just be a wooden wall. What on earth did I just do? What is this? That is not what I meant to do. I gotta figure out how this works. Okay, so this is supposed to be a square. Why did that show up as a circle? Oh, I see. I see what it did. Okay. So... That's interesting. So, like, okay. So you fill up one square, and it has this giant roof. I mean, that's fine. It's kind of hard to tell what it is. Because this guy needs an outhouse. Is the thing. So I think what... Just free draw. Hey, what's up, Frost? Yeah, Twitch doesn't get a whole lot of play. $1,000 a minute. Man, I'm doing this on the cheap then. Yeah, Frost, I am working on, they just updated some new assets here. And let's see what this does. Ah, okay, that's better. Look at that. Okay, so there's our little outhouse. They just added some classic battle map assets to where it looks like you're just drawing it on paper. Either that, or maybe this is our, maybe that's a storehouse, and then this back here, because we want to keep it out of view of the general public. That's so wide, though, man. Why is it so wide? Because that don't make sense. Look how wide that is compared to how long it is.
Say hello to the bard from a tavern's far, far away. I've come to sing my song tonight. You're welcome to stay. Put aside your fears and worries just for tonight. We'll feast and drink together till the morning light. I've told so many stories and battles I've seen. I rode with mighty warriors, kings and queens, but none of them had coin enough to keep me for long. 'Cause the road is long and the life is short, let's sing along. Say hello to the bard from a tavern's far, far away. I've come to sing my song tonight, you're welcome to stay. Put aside your fears and worries just for tonight. Feast and drink together till the morning light. Dawn will soon be breaking, I must be on my way. I'll come back soon and sing for you again one day. 'Cause road is calling me, my friends, adventures await. So here's one final ride for you, you've all been great. Say hello to the bard from a tavern's far, far away. I've come to sing my song tonight, you're welcome to stay. Put aside your fears and worries just for the night. We'll feast and drink together till the morning light.
Those are facing the same direction. I wish they were uniform. Yeah, probably. Shoot. How do I want to do this? This is hard. Guys, this is hard. know what I want to do. Kinda. Because I'm thinking this is kind of like... This might just kind of be a secret grove. Or something that somebody found and built a house in. Why did it just do that? Hold on. Still far from professional chrysanth, but thank you. Damn, the smell of wet dog is just insane right now. Yes, you. Damn. So you gotta figure out. Alright, so I think here's what we might do. We're just gonna randomly draw lines. And we're gonna try to fill this up with just random stuff. I think I'm going about this all in the wrong way. But this is how we learn. So basically what I want to do, what I need to do is kind of keep pushing back out towards that exit over there. And beautiful thing about it is I can go right past it if I need to. And create this big open room where there could potentially be, I don't know, maybe a pseudo boss fight or something. This isn't going to be a massive dungeon, just one that, you know, keeps players busy for an afternoon. I don't know what the hell that is. It's like an artifact for something. I'm not sure what that is. So that connected. Do. Damn right, Chrysanth, I am doing the whole thing by hand. And yes, Dave, they are, I think this is in beta. So they are currently testing these assets here. I think there might be, you might end up running into a bit of an issue whenever you use too much of it, which I think is why I'm getting this little artifact here. That's the only thing that I can think of. So, sorry guys, I think I'm gonna have to start that one over because I might have to do it a little bit differently. But I tell you what, why don't we just do it this way then? We'll just do it freehand and just in smaller chunks. So we know that we probably want to start up here. And just so it gives us the most play area, we probably want to start up in this corner and have it come out somewhere around here. So, entrance will be right up here. And again, it switched back to that asset. I don't want that one. I want this one, which might be overly complicating it. Yeah, I don't like that one either. Damn it. Of course, these are test walls. Shoot. Man, guys, I'm just like at a loss right now. I'm not really sure how to go about doing this. Alright, we'll try this one and see how it goes. Got our winding passage down this way. And first, I think divulging path going up this way. This might not make a whole lot of sense as far as... You know what? Dagnabbit, I'm not a fan of that either. I don't like the way that looks. Let's try something real quick. Let's try something. What if I... Is there just one that's shading? Yeah. I would hate to start over again. I just am not a fan of this wall here. It's not conducive to to like a cave. But we'll see what we can do with the interior, and maybe it won't be so bad. I want to get this shaded in so that way there is no confusion. And then I definitely want to put... Let's see, I definitely want to put some other line here. Damn, why is it going that way? That doesn't make any sense. There we go. No, the shaded is just to basically let whoever's looking at the map know that that's just not an area that needs to be worried about. You can't access it. Ah, Frost, I've been fighting zombies myself. I might do that in a little bit, actually. Problem is, I just don't know what the Easter eggs are just yet. There we go. I think more than anything, this guy might have filled the cave with traps. So let's see. Actually, let me take a look at something else real quick and see what I can figure out. Bones, crack ground, grass. Actually, let's take this. Yeah, see, look at how nice that is. That's nice. Just a little, just some grass. This is like a nice little safe haven once you find your way through the caves. Ah, we want she-bears. Alright, Frost, maybe I can make that happen for you. Grass, rocks. Let's do, we can do rocks in here. Do. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that too much? Yeah, that's too much. Too much. This here might take me a little bit to get used to because, well, it's brand new. Oh, that makes it look too much like shading. We don't want that. Okay. I tell you what, give me just 1 second. Daddy needs more coffee, and I'll be right back. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, so is it just me or like is there just like this newfound sense of optimism in the air for the last like week or so? And I'll tell you, yeah, my lovely voices, plural. Like, so one of the things that JJ and I had discussed on this channel is that we don't necessarily want politics or, you know, culture war issues or anything to be too much of a driver in the content of the channel. But I mean, I gotta say, there are a lot of videos of people being very disturbed, but I think those people, I mean, clearly you saw the results. Those people are in the minority, and I think those people are in the people who are extremely disturbed. This is just, you know, this is just what I think. I think those are the people, one, who want attention because they're filming themselves crying and talking about leaving the country. Like, who films themselves crying? What normal person does that? And how staged some of it looks? Like, I don't buy it. I don't buy that one bit. But like, it just seems to me that there's a lot of optimism now. Just the general attitude, like when you walk outside and you're around other people, normal people seem like they're happier because there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Like, you know, for example, like, I feel personally, it feels to me like we are on the verge of a new space age. Like, case in point, so I read an article just the other day that Elon Musk, and I think it was SpaceX that presented this, but it was, yeah, exactly, fantastic. Actors wait till the camera starts rolling to start crying. But Elon Musk and SpaceX actually presented something to NASA, and basically it was high-speed, quote-unquote, high-speed internet from Mars to Earth. And what they were wanting to do was try to put satellites in orbit of Mars to have constant contact with the satellites in orbit around the Earth. And they were talking about, like, and I use quotation marks around high speed because they were talking like up to 4 megabytes per second. But I'll tell you what, man, if you're streaming information back and forth from Mars to Earth at 4 megabytes per second, that is huge. The best we've been able to do is send a rover over there, and they pretty much stay there. But to have constant contact with them at that speed, it's something else. All right, Velrock, I don't mind you. You can be here, and you can do whatever your little heart desires. Let's put some crystals in this room. Some little geodes and such. Dude, watching Miami go the way it did, like, that was something else. I can't remember the last time. I think, when did they say the last time was that Miami went red? Chrysanth, you can do whatever you would like. I'm just glad you're here. So right now, I think we've got the bones laid out. We're just looking at... we're just filling up the space at this point. There's a little spike trap. I wish there was a way... You know what would be cool is if there was a way that you could make these maps interactable, and maybe that's something that Incarnate will come out with in the future, but make these interactable where the DM can hide certain assets and then just click on it and reveal it once the players find it. Yeah, I was up until 2 because I stayed up to wait for Trump's statement. And I gotta say, like, seeing all of them up there on that stage, especially like J.D. Vance and his wife, because his wife was standing there like almost in disbelief. Like, you could see the look on her face. It was like she couldn't believe what had just happened. And I was like welling up, man. Like, I was so happy because, like I said, it feels like we're moving into I don't really know how to describe it. I don't know if I could effectively describe it. But it genuinely feels like a turning point in the right direction. And it's not just like, it doesn't feel like, oh, my guy won. Because my guy won in 2012. And granted, I was not informed because I was still, you know, an uninformed voter at that point. But I couldn't care less. But it just feels different, you know? Oh, I don't want to put minecart tracks in here. Is there like a fence? Here we go. Oh, shit. That's not what I meant to do. I think maybe I need to... Let's just blow these up a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah. And he won by, not necessarily by a popular vote. Like, say what you want about the 2020 election. The fact of the matter is that the vote totals that they got are the vote totals that they got. So if we take that for what it is, he didn't win by as big a margin in the popular vote as Biden did, unless I'm mistaken. But, I mean, when was the last time? Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard about other shenanigans that were going on. But you know, I think it was the Fifth Circuit Court came in and was like, yeah, all of these have to be received by election day, or else they can't be counted. And so a lot of these 3 a.m. votes are probably going to end up getting taken to court, and obviously it's going to go state by state as to what'll be accepted and what won't. But I don't know, man. I'm still confident. I mean, I think the House is pretty decisive as far as what the totals are, and I think the Senate is pretty well locked down. Like, even is Carrie Lake running? I think she was running for senator. I don't think she was running for... No, Carrie Lake was governor. I think she's running for Senate. I can't remember exactly how all that works. I know our guy won. Of course, Hawley has been not the best senator in the country, but he's been one of those guys that have been pretty good about having all these whistleblowers come out against intelligence agencies and big tech and all that stuff. And even our AG has taken several cases to the Supreme Court against big tech companies for censorship, and the FBI. So I'm pretty happy about, you know, at least about who we have in office. Now our state, like the propositions and constitutional amendments, I'm not happy with in our state. But you win some, you lose some, right? Yeah, the Reagan-Mondale thing was crazy. I don't know. That was crazy. I wasn't even alive for that, but even still. I think maybe... maybe there's a sinkhole here, maybe? Can I select... Let me select this real quick. And then we're going to move this up a layer. There we go. So that's on the second layer. And And then we're just going to we're just going to make this big gaping hole. And on the other side, is probably going to be, I don't know. It's going to be something enticing, I think. Actually, I need to fill out because that doesn't really make sense. There we go. Let's see. Need a nice big chest. That's what we all like, right, fellas? I think this guy probably just put these chests in here to entice people to try to climb over this. And maybe they're empty. I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Commander. I agree. Florida's freaking based, which surprises the hell out of me, honestly, because you guys got some big cities down there. But I gotta tell you, my state is just like, it wasn't 50-50. Like, it was pretty decisively red. But, like, I feel like the people in my state are freaking stupid. Which they very well may be. I don't know where we rank in education on the national scale. Probably not too terribly high. But, like, voting to increase the minimum wage again. Like, you don't understand how that works and what that does. All it is just saying, oh, these people need more money. Okay. Well, you know how you get more money is you stick with a company long enough, they'll pay you more. You negotiate for higher wages. Or you get specialized in a field that that pays high. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. But you can't, all you're doing whenever you increase the minimum wage is artificially inflating the currency, because you're saying you are required to give these people more money. And if you think that a company is going to absorb that cost, you are dead wrong, mister. Companies aren't just going to absorb those costs. They're going to pass that on to the consumer. So prepare yourself for $15 Big Mac meals. I mean, before too long, you're going to see sit-down restaurants with cheaper food than fast food restaurants. Because, I mean, the sit-down restaurants aren't required to pay their servers minimum wage because they get tips. And then there's the whole aspect of the constitutional amendment for what, like, I can't stand the idea of making a constitutional amendment. Like, we had a constitutional amendment in our state for I mean, I don't really want to say it on stream. It's for, choice. I guess I'll just say that. And I hate the fact that they decided that this is deserving of an entire constitutional amendment for the state constitution. I think it's dumb. But what do I know? Here we go. There is this guy. I think what this guy did is he just put a bunch of random shit in here to scare people away. Like, there is a skeleton here and a skeleton here, leading up to this summoning circle surrounded by all kinds of crystals. Yeah, I like the idea that this guy just found this area. He just wandered through this cave one day, found out that it was empty, but saw this opportunity like, okay, I'm going to build a house in here, and I'm just going to fill this cave with all kinds of weird shit to keep people away. Although maybe there will be something in here. You never know. How many summoning circles are there? I mean, really, if you're going to have a summoning circle, it's got to have a star in it, right? So maybe I need to get rid of this other one. Yeah, man, as far as the minimum wage is concerned, I don't know. I don't know what I would do about the minimum wage, because like part of me is against it entirely, where, you know, the wage of the employee should be dictated by their merit and what they bring the company. And then if that's the case, a company that doesn't pay their employees well will not have employees. That being said, that isn't always the case, because there's going to be people who have very low skill who end up working somewhere, and that employer is just going to, like, maybe they don't have a whole lot of options. Maybe they have a criminal background or something like that. And maybe there's a owner of a company that is just, you know, he just only hires felons, or this just as an example, and pays them basically shit wages. So I don't know, man. Like, there's two schools of thought on that, and I fall on either side of that. And I say that I am not an economist, so I just don't know. Like, I'm just gonna leave that to greater men than myself. Any new car deals? I don't know, man. I'm not in the car business. The only thing I know is that domestic companies, especially on trucks, like specifically if we're talking about pickup trucks, say if you're in the market for a pickup truck, what I do know is that domestics like Ram and Chevy, they mark those down so much. Like, I know for a fact that dealers, they don't make any money on trucks. A lot of times, dealers will, they'll have the manufacturer discount, which is quite a bit. And then a lot of dealers will throw another discount on top of there so they can move that inventory. Because trucks are so expensive. Like, Ram had to come down. Last year, I think Ram had to come down on their trucks like 3 or 4 times so they could move them because they're so expensive. And a lot of times what dealers will do is they'll take losses on their trucks, on their new inventory, so they can hopefully try to make that money back on used inventory and on like SUVs and cars and stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's where you make your money. So anybody who goes to a car dealership, welcome to Moss's Auto Industry Hour. Anytime you go to and this is pretty well common knowledge, you go to a dealership, they are going to give you less for your trade than what you could sell it on the private market. That's just a fact. Like, that's just how it happens. And that is because typically what a dealer will budget, and I think it also depends on where you are and where the going labor rate, what the going labor rate is. But a lot of times dealers will budget $1,000, $2,000, sometimes even $3,000, depending on the condition of the trade-in. They'll budget that much for reconditioning, and reconditioning includes cleaning it up as well as like mechanical fixing, basically anything to get it to pass inspection. And sometimes they don't spend as much as they budget on it. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they spend more. So it's kind of a crapshoot when you're dealing with trade-ins. But that's why you end up making less money for a trade-in than you do on if you sell it in the private market. Now, you can always leverage that, so you know that dealers will come up to move a unit. And so as long as you're not unreasonable, you can leverage your position. Like, say, for instance, if you had just taken your car in and had it inspected, and you have that paperwork with you, that inspection paperwork with you, you can use that as leverage. Now, not all dealers are going to play ball with something like that. They might come back at you and say, "Oh, I don't know what happened." Anything could happen between where you got it inspected and now. They could use that line. But some dealers will play ball and say, like, "Okay, well, we want your trade. We'll give you an extra X amount of dollars." Always go for the big asks. Like, if they say, we can get you $3,000 for your trade-in, and you look at them and say, "Oh, well, I was hoping for somewhere closer to $5,000, and here's all this documentation. I had the tires rotated, I had the oil changed, all that stuff 1,000 miles ago." They might come back and say, "Okay, well, maybe we can give you another $500 on it," or something like that. I don't know. There's all kinds of ways that you can leverage your position. And also, what you can do, depending on how you want to do financing, because sometimes people do genuinely want to finance with their own bank. But if you're of the mindset where you don't really care who you finance with, it just depends on who gives you the best interest rate and the best payments and all that stuff, you can leverage that with dealers as well and say, well, I talked to my bank and they're giving me, X term at X interest rate at X payment. You can use that to try and get more off of the price too. So sometimes dealers will come back and they'll say, all right, well, here's what we can do. You finance with us, we'll take another $1,000 off the truck or something like that, because they want you to finance with them, because that gives their finance managers an opportunity to sell you more in the back. But here's the thing, whether you buy that stuff in the back or not, that price is agreed upon on the buyer's order. And so they can't go back on it. So whether you want the stuff that the people are selling in the back or not, they will pay you money just to give the finance managers an opportunity to try to sell it to you. Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. And yeah, I'd heard about that with the Toyota trucks. I think is it engine problems? They changed out the engine and now they're having issues with it or something. Okay. Well, I think what I'm gonna do. Let's see, hidden refuge. We'll call it that. I think what I'm gonna do is call this one here, and then I might finish this in my own time, but I was curious because anybody who's seen the quasi interruptions that I have in the Fear of Ages past streams, you know that we have a Patreon set up, and just to see what kind of interest there is on your all's side. Say if we were to put just a cheap tier on there, just to kind of help support the channel. And I know JJ just bought a new computer, and I'm gonna need a new computer and different components here and there eventually. But just to help support the channel and all that stuff, if we were to put like a cheap tier up there and I were to put all of these maps up on there and just upload every map that I make to that tier, do you all think that that's something that, not necessarily you in particular, but viewers of the channel might be interested in? You don't have to let me know right now, but that's something I've been kind of mulling over. What you guys say might have an effect on whether we move forward with that or not. I don't know. But it's just something that we were kind of thinking about and talking about. Because monetization takes a long time on YouTube, so. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Fantastic. So I would have to make that would require a decision on my part. So there's also the time aspect of how much extra time I have to make a map specifically requested by somebody. And if I do that, then I would have to make that map exclusively for them and only them. Unless I were to make it a tier to where you could, say for instance, $1 tier, you get access to all the maps. $5 tier, you can make one request per month or something like that. But that request is available to everybody. That's a way that you could go about that. Yeah, I would definitely do it. I would definitely do it on stream. It's just a matter of, if we get to a tier where it's like, hey, I want this specific map just for me, which I don't know if there's anybody who would be like that, but if that were to be a situation, then I wouldn't be able to do it on stream, and that would require additional time, which I would have to figure out where I'm going to get that from. But regardless, it was just a thought that I had. If there's any interest in that, let me know. But other than that, I think we're going to go ahead and call it there, my friends. The Curse of the Crimson Throne is starting, or it should be starting in the next 45 minutes if I know a root eye. So I will end it right there. And you guys have a fantastic day.